actual integration of the pack itself began when the wolves in particular were only a few days of age. I still consider myself to be part of that family. All their social position, the where they are on the carcass would have all been established long before we got here with the food. So we've got our enforcer, our alpha female or decision-making female, and then our dominant male heading off into the background there. I don't think there's anything special about me, but there's certainly something special in the animals I work with, and they don't deserve the malign reputation that they've got. They're not vicious creatures that will attack us by the full moon. And it's ironic that still to this day we have people that call them savage, ruthless killer, but I've come to know and love them as family.
In the water now with my big, beautiful sister. This is one of Bubbles' absolute favorite things to come out here and play. You can see how good of a time she's already having, and we literally just got in the water. You want to play, Bub Bub?
Nice.
Hey, Bub Bub. So Bubbles has been a part of my family since I was born. My dad rescued her when she was 1 year old. She was an ivory orphan in South Africa. She's always been a part of the family, and we've been swimming with her since I was a baby. So all these techniques that you see us doing is something that Bubbles has developed as a way to play with us, get her on her back, and have a good time in the water.
Bubbles loves to come down here and just swim and play in the water. She finds taking a bath to be probably her favorite thing. The opportunity to take a bath just makes an elephant incredibly cool. The reason that elephants are so wrinkly is that it makes their skin twice as big. Every crack, every crevice gives another place for water to sit and mud to get stuck, so they have an ongoing air conditioning system. Their skin is really twice as big and then kind of shrunk against them, and it keeps them moist to get down in the water. They love to swim and be wet just like we do. They think it's just the greatest thing. Bubbles loves for someone to be with her. To come down and swim by herself, she only stays in a few minutes. If people will stay in and play with her, she'll stay for hours. When we don't have people, we bring the dogs, and the dogs have a fabulous time with her as well. The Labrador Retrievers will climb on her and swim with her and have the time of their life. Bubbles is 37 years old, so she's been with us a long time. She was so small when I met her I could pick her up. That tiny little elephant was just looking for someone to care for her. Bubbles has spent a lot of years with other elephants. She's been in our care and hung out with us and stayed with a lot of other elephants, but she doesn't get along with them well. Of the half dozen elephants she's lived with, only one of them did she get along with very well. The others, she's really pushy. She goes too far and she fights, and it's a heavy fight. It's bone crushing. You've got to be really careful when elephants don't get along.
Like millions of people around the world, Mark Dumas loves nothing more than to take a morning swim. But for him, there is a rather massive difference as Mark swims with a polar bear.
How you want, sweetie pie? Slowly, slowly, slowly.
Oh wow.
Where have you been? Where have you been?
Let's just go back a bit. I lie down there next to them and I just think, you're just so beautiful. What would I do to make you better? I can't.
As a kid, I could really only remember lions in storybooks. I would always imagine, lions to be wandering the plains of Africa and, exactly where, what you doing? Exactly where they should be.
Very happy, content cats. Hyenas, it's the neck. So if you scratch a hyena's neck, they really love it. What do you think about this?
People around the world still think that Africa is this place teeming with game.
Iconic archetypal Africa.
Sure.
And it just doesn't happen.
When a species disappears from a habitat,
One's got to look at why.
well, hyenas are really interesting animals because, unlike lions, they do have a strict hierarchy.
Completely misunderstood, where everyone thinks that they are just smelly, rotten scoundrels and scavengers. They do not smell, they're not rotten. And the interesting thing really is that the lowest ranking female
ranks higher than the highest ranking male, if that makes sense. So it's quite an interesting little society.
I'm just going to get a job. I'll walk around with them, walk a bit with them. I'm going to introduce you guys.
Let's go through that bit.